Today I want to show you the Hall Crystal Flute as well as teach you how to play it. There are two types. There are the flute, the Hall Crystal Flute, as well as the Crystal Piccolo. This one is obviously smaller and sounds higher. There are also a lot of different keys as well as patterns, and I will show you those all later. If you're looking to get your own Hall Crystal Flute, make sure to use my code Gina and you'll receive free shipping. These are made in the United States. Each one comes with its own box, which is really nice for storage. It also comes with a fingering chart. They have a 1-year warranty. Even if you drop them, try not to drop them, please. Be very careful, they are glass, and the glass that they're made out of is the same as your Pyrex coffee pot. Of course, you do not need to play flute in order to play these instruments, although if you have played flute in the past or you are currently a flute player, it will be a little bit of an easier transition for you. When you're starting out with these instruments, I would highly recommend that you start with a flute either in the key of A or G. The reason that I would suggest not getting one of the lower flutes is because the distance between the holes is further apart, which makes it a little bit more difficult to play. I would also suggest not to get a Hall Crystal Piccolo because unless you have had more experience with flute or you've played a traditional piccolo, the embouchure hole that you're going to blow into is smaller, which makes it harder to play. The easiest ones for you guys to start with, like I said before, are the flutes in the key of A and G. If you are a flutist, a lot of times what happens is we like to put the instrument exactly where we would normally place our regular flute, so right here. Instead, what you need to do is bring it a little bit higher on the lip. Experiment with this and see where the best placement is for you to make the best sound. If you have never played any type of flute before, what you're going to do is pretend that you're blowing out a candle. So, okay, so put the flute underneath your lip. You're gonna have to experiment to find the right placement for this. Now for hand placement, flute players, you will know how to do this pretty easily. If you're not a flute player, you put your left hand first, pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger. Now on your right hand, same thing, pointer finger, middle finger, right finger. When you're playing, make sure to cover the holes completely. If you have it like this, it's not gonna sound correct. So if you're playing, it sounds a little weird, the first thing to do is to check your fingers and make sure that they're covering the holes completely. Now for the notes, the lowest note is going to be with everything down. Now start pulling up one finger at a time, starting with your right ring finger. So one note there, the next note, lift that hand completely, that note, and then this is where it requires some balance. So what I would suggest is you push this into your lip, and then you push away with your right hand, and that provides the stability that you need. It is going to sound like this. And just like on the regular flute, you can go up an octave with it. If you don't play flute, the way that you reach the higher octave is it's pretty much the same fingerings, but the air, the way that you actually produce the air into the embouchure hole is going to be different. When you're in the low register, you're going to point the air up more. So this is a little counterintuitive. When you are in the high register, you are actually going to point the air down more. So without changing the fingerings, I can do this. Piccolos come in the key of D and C. The crystal flutes come in the keys of A and G, those are the highest, as well as F, E flat, and D. And here are just some of their beautiful designs. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, and please let me know if you have any questions on Hall Crystal Flutes in the comments below. And just a reminder, if you use my code Gina on their website, you'll receive free shipping on your order. And make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my new videos.